Hello everyone and welcome to Tiresome. Today we are finally getting to work on the Supra. If you haven't noticed, we've got a new camera now, so everything should look a lot more better and more beautiful. That being said, I'm still ugly and Tim's still under the car, so that's good. Speaking of Tim, let's pay him a visit, see what he's up to. What our young Tim is doing there is hammering away using what he has dubbed the Hammer of Doom? Death? Hammer of what? Which was it?
Hammer of Doom.
The Hammer of Doom. Looks like a mini pickaxe, but yeah, basically he's chiseling away everything that isn't a Supra. It's like the old statue, what's it? Chisel everything away that isn't a Mark III Supra and you'll be left with, well, fuck all in this case. But, I mean, there will be some, re-implementation having to happen. I thought that I would go through this box of stuff. Now, this is actually a box that I most recently got from Tim. And you can see there's lots of little trims and things in there. But most importantly, and I don't know why this makes me warm and fuzzy inside, but it included a train! Oh, yes! No, it included the steering wheel, which has, as you can see, the cruise control buttons. Cruise control in 89. I don't think I'm ever going to stop saying that. Cruise control, air conditioning in 89. It's just so crazy that this car is... what, less than... This is an 89 and my Scimitar's a 78, so this is 9 years newer. That's it. And it's got all these things that they weren't even dreamt about in 78. Well, actually, saying that, I think you could have like vacuum operated cruise control and things like that. But my main task today is going to be to start work on the engine because well, the first step for the engine, and I think I've said this before, is going to be get the head off, get it skimmed, get a nice head gasket on, put it together with some ARP head studs, torque it to the correct setting, and then we can start fannying around with other things like belts that are obviously rotten and radiators on things like this and alternators and testing that and turbo refurbishment / upgrading and whatnot. Speaking of gaskets, before I show you the shed, I just want to apologise for the state of it. BMX, welder, gardening paraphernalia, paints. This is the paint area, that's the cleaning area. Just, whatever. Anyway, look, there's a new radiator. I just said radiator. There's the new one to go in, full alloy one. There's all the silicone hoses for it as well. So we've got some things to do. But this is what I wanted to show you guys, and this feels actually quite strange. But this is actually a graphite head gasket, which is sort of somewhere between your normal standard paper one and a metal one. The metal one requires you to level not only the head but the block as well, aka an engine out job usually. So that was kind of off the cards, so I thought I would go the middleman, get this one. It'll be able to hold a bit more pressure than just a paper one, but obviously nowhere near as much as an MLS one, so there you go, there's that. Alright, now I'm going to start taking the car apart. For those eagle-eyed viewers, you may notice that there are a couple of bits missing from the top already. So the spark plug, the coil packs and everything are all gone, and all the leads and everything like that are all gone as well. The plugs are still in, because at this point I feel like I probably want to keep the cylinders sealed. Obviously when the head's off they'll come with anyway, but let's start with that. I'm actually going to start by taking the radiator out, annoyingly, I know. That's the first thing you want to do when you take the head off. Now, there are only two little hoses on the bottom of this, and this is what I'm going to use. Oh, that was an oil line. Oh, that's weird.
Don't forget it's got
an oil cooler.
An oil cooler for transmission in it.
Yeah, but this hose was going into the radiator.
Yeah. It's cooled by the radiator.
What?
The radiator has the auto transmission cooler in it.
Built into it?
Yeah.
What the fucking shit?
Yeah.
How? It's like split into two halves or something?
I don't know.
Either way, it's shot and needs to come out, I guess.
Yes. It does.
I'll just do the other one and see what fucking shit comes out of that. Probably be spaghetti. That's more of the same. How did they do that? Never heard of such a thing. Tries not to break blades off fan. Here we go. So here it is. So coolant in and out. Obviously overflow from where the radiator gets overwhelmed. But then you've got these two down the bottom, which are, what, oil in and out, Tim? I guess.
Auto transmission fluid.
Auto transmission fluid. So it doesn't have a separate cooler for that?
No.
So they have the same radiator on manuals.
No, the manuals don't have that bit in it.
Well, I should probably see what radiator I've got and bought then.
You can't buy an aftermarket one with those in.
Okay. This gets more worrying by the
I
second.
think what it is, I think it's literally probably just a little couple of pipes going around there.
Yeah.
Just to, so that the end, you know, the water keeps it at temperature.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
I'm not discounting that, of course. It's just fucking weird.
yeah.
Yes. So, air conditioning here, intercooler, power steering, and gearbox and engine. That's crazy. That's a lot of rads, man. It is possible here that I won't have to take off the power steering lines. That would be nice. And it might be that I can tart up the actual, you know, the reservoir or whatever,
Yeah.
but without having to dump all that and re-bleed the steering rack and everything. It is worth mentioning, everyone watching. I know it looks ridiculous. I've taken some pictures and I am sort of keeping tabs on bolts and things like that. It is worth mentioning that we do have a complete car at Tim's. It's not in running condition and the underside is much worse than this one, hence why we're even working on this car, not that one. But the point is that the engine bay, all the hoses and everything, the way they're routed is factory on that car. And that means that we actually have a really good template to work off should we need to reflect on such things as which wire goes where or what size bolt goes where. It's quite comforting knowing we've got that to fall back on. In fact, that car is the car that gave up its bonnet and boot lid, so thank you very much, Black Turbo Supra. I have just spent quite a while going through this side behind here because my aim is to get this loom out, which you can see I have now done. I wanted to get in down here next to the turbo. Let me bring you round. And as you can see, down there, well, you can't because the the dump pipe is stopping your lovely viewing experience. But down there, there's cooling hoses, oil, and pressure lines, and all that sort of guff. And the only reason why I even wanted to get that right down in there is because on some sort of switchy valve, whatever the hell, there was a connector, and I assumed they were all going to be these. Oh, by the way, these types of hose clamps here can absolutely suck a dick. Okay, nice one. We're going to be putting stainless steel ones with the screws over the top back on, but yeah, I went in there, finally had to take all this fucking shit apart to get in there. Once I got in there, I realised it was actually just this which was slidden on there. It didn't even have a clip on it, so that's lovely. Things are going well. Woo! And the first thing that happens as soon as I pull the wiring loom off is a random connector just literally fell off inside my hand. So yeah, this is great news. Oh, trying to look for the autofocus point. There it is. Yeah, there's just one wire that goes in there and there's only one missing a connection, so it must be from here. Fuck, we did. Yeah, which must be from there, so we know where it goes, but still, it literally just fell off. And they didn't get caught on anything, nothing bad happened, it just fell off. Oh, God, I've just seen something catastrophic as well. Look at this. No, it's not him. It is right there. Can you see that? All those wires in there. Oh, and they're just falling apart just the same as this one is, I should assume, which is awesome. I can't wait to work more on that. Yes. Finally, it is off. Okay, so let me bring you up to speed on what's been happening here. Basically, we got like the sort of wiring loom on that side, as you saw. A bit fell off, which I have now cable tied to the rest of it, which is lovely. You can see the paint's actually or whatever finish was on the rocker cover is now no longer on it, because it's just when I'd be getting in there to access that stuff. And I am going to carry on sort of working on the inlet manifold there and taking things off, sort of going onto the alternator as well, because you've got this sort of loom here, which is the next sort of one in the way, in order to get this sort of rad hose out there. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm going to head over to Tim, because I've been hearing lots of noises, buzzing and hitting, and all sorts of guff. How's it going in Timland?
Right, well, I've started to cut out to fill in that hole. Which started off quite small. In fact, it was started off, we didn't even know it was there.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. It was sort of behind that tarry finish, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it started off small and it's grown to quite a size.
Yeah.
So I've just ground out what I can reach in there.
Yes.
The trouble is, it's such an awkward
sort of curve
place to get at.
Yeah.
That it's not easy to cut. So I'm out with the big saw now.
Yeah, you've just upgraded to a recip, yeah, from the little buzzy
the
boy.
grinder and the
oh, so you've been using your battery one to do the cutting?
To do the cutting. If you look, you can see where I've cut it inside.
I did see above, yeah, I saw above. So yeah, you can see the hole. Oh, there it is. The hole is in there and there's a line above that. That's obviously where Tim's cut.
Yeah.
Have you cut here as well?
No, I haven't cut anywhere else.
That looks like a pretty straight line across
It does a touch, but yes. No, I've not. I thought I'll get the easier one done. And then I can, because doing there, it's quite easy. I've got access both sides. And I can get used to the welder on that one.
Yes, okay.
Without it being particularly visible to anybody.
Cool. Okay. Nice. Well, crack on.
Yeah. You may not be able to do it. There it goes.
Unnecessary. Probably could have just taken it off. It is free now. I literally have the power. Let me guide you through what we've done today. This video may have gone by very quickly, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really know how much usable footage and what's, actually entertaining and will be in or not. I hope it's not just an intro and then, oh, bye. Okay, I'll show you what I did. As you may have seen from my desperate attempt of pulling this off, the reason, actually, it may not have been clear in the shot, but there's these two pipes here for coolant, which were just completely rubber welded to the back of the inlet manifold. We will have a look at that in a second. And I just couldn't get to them. I can't explain how bad my back hurts currently. Work has been real busy, and I think that might be a little factor in that, but oh my god, when you've got an engine bay I say this big, obviously if you live in America this is nothing, but obviously the scimitars, it's a different level, but the point is that there's a lot of leaning going on and it just really takes it out of you. Every little nut and bolt that you take out puts up a fight. Every, especially hose that you want to take off, puts up a fight, and more importantly, every hose clip that you want to take off puts up a fight. But to summarise, here are the components that I have taken off today. So that's the radiator, which didn't need to come off. Then the main one, of course, being the inlet manifold. That really is quite a big achievement. The alternator, and then top hose, a bit of bracketry, whatever, and you can actually see how much of the engine's still left. It looks like I didn't even touch it, but I certainly feel like I did. What's worse is that next time it's going to be the hot side of the engine with the exhaust and the turbo and everything else, and all those bolts have been on there for 30 years and will be completely heat welded to the to the threads that they're on. So I hope that doesn't sound as bad as it actually sounds. But yeah, there you go. That's about 3 or 4 hours worth of work. Just doing that. But I guess it's all in the grand scheme of things, and hopefully you do it once, you do it properly, we put it back together with some upgraded parts, and it'll be running better than it ever was, and hopefully just forever. That'll be that. Now then, let's have a look at our lovely gentleman over here. I'm literally waddling. My back hurts so much. And he's actually got some pretty cool news. So, well, I say cool news. It's detrimental. I mean, the car's ruined. But but we've got signs of our first sort of repairs happening here. Tim, fire away, sir.
Right. Well, we've got, as you heard earlier, we got a cut ready to go there. So I've got to make a template up, and then some steel and weld that in.
Yeah.
I've had a bit of a poke around underneath, and it's a bit ropey. Well, in fact, it's very rusty on the seam. So that's going to be fun to do. God knows how.
So you said, Tim, we may actually just drop the whole sill.
Yeah, we may take the whole sill off. You know, like pick up the spot welds, take the whole sill off, and then we can actually get at the crusty stuff a lot easier than trying to do it from underneath.
Okay. And show me your rear entry.
And the rear, my rear hole.
Yep.
Is there. So we had a little hole there. In fact, there's a little bit there as well, but we had a little hole, so we've taken that one out there ready. So yeah, again, a little template, and we can make up a piece of sheet steel and weld it in.
So, yeah, lovely. That may sound like, well, when you look at it on camera, 2 holes that are only a few inches in diameter or whatever, and when of course you look at the outside of the car, you think, okay, sure, nice one, guys. When's the MOTG? But you know, these are the first steps, man. These are the first steps, and 4 hours. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I am happy with it. If I wasn't under such pressure at work and everything and wasn't in pain, we'd probably carry on for a couple of more hours. And as I said earlier, it is actually Easter Sunday today, so that means it is spring and that the evenings will be longer, and that means that after work, once this project is finished, then we will have more time, and it will be hopefully flying together in no time. So just to forecast it, just so you guys are aware, and also I'm very aware that there's a lot of new people here that may not know too much about this car or whatever, but the forecast for it is take the head off, skim it, put it back together, blah blah blah. I just told you that earlier in the video. Tim is going to be taking apart, cutting off those rear arches and then replacing them with Vauxhall Viva ones. Fucking Chevette, is it? I always say Viva, don't I? Chevette, well, I hope we got the right ones. Okay, so I did buy, Tim sent me the link, so if they don't fit, it's Tim's fault. I tell you what though, I do have them. Shall we offer them up? See what happens. Oh yes, lovely. You look dashing. Okay, yeah, you can see Tim's got a large package there. He's also got a parcel from the Royal Mail. Go on then, slash it, see what we got. So, firstly, I'm hoping that it's a pair and not just a single. Tim seems to think that he's, certain that it is a pair. But I'm hoping... Basically, what the story is Tim and I now and again go rummaging through his parts bin and all this sort of stuff, hence why we end up with things like this, full of spare parts. And when we do, we find parts, and we found a quarter panel that was indeed off a Chevette, and jokingly offered it up to one of the Supras that he has, and actually, it was a fucking lovely fit. Which is good, just by chance, because the rear sort of arches are a bit of a grey area on the Supras. They don't remanufacture them, or at least yet they don't.
They never did do them, even.
Okay.
Never been a part for them.
Ah, right, okay. So this is, you, when you are working on a Supra, and indeed you have to do this job, then you are playing around with cardboard.
How much cardboard? Yeah.
Are there 2 of them?
There are 2 there.
There are 2 items. That's lovely. That is a lot of cardboard. I guess that's good though. You want to know that they're not just going to be bent and dinged up and all that sort of stuff. Just in case you didn't, you wondered, I've sat down now with a little tripod on my knee because my back hurts so much. Just had a paracetamol. Probably should have had an ibuprofen. Never mind. There's children screaming over there, I wouldn't worry. They're just hostages. Here we go. That works, man.
Pretty damn close.
Yeah, so by the looks of it, am I right in saying towards the rear of the car it should flick back a bit more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I find one side fits better than the other side.
Okay, yeah. Also, I don't know if it's worth mentioning, not to you, Tim, you already know, but to the viewers, you can see towards the rear of the car, at least on the outer wing, it's actually not too bad. Like, you could wire brush that down. It's definitely towards the upper and the front there, where it's completely sodded.
The manufacturer is obviously German. It's Klockerholm. It's spelled Klokkerholm. The part numbers are 5046591 and 5046592. If you're interested.
Oh, lovely.
There we go.
Right, everyone, I am cream crackered. Good stuff though, eh? We got some stuff stripped down, both engine and rear end wise. Tim's ready to start putting some bits back on, maybe. Maybe he'll strip down next time. Sorry, maybe he'll strip the car more down next time. I certainly will be, because I can't really do anything else to the engine until the head's off. But once the head is off, I'll get it skimmed and shit. Anyway, you know the drill by now. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. I might have a paracetamol preemptively next time. Bye! Tim, say bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye.